Hi guys, Crystal here, realestateindustrywhistleblower.com, and I'm going to do a video every now and then ragging on one of my clients. Now for the most part, I don't like to be negative about the real estate consumer because, well, you know, this is not about the real estate consumer, it's about protecting the real estate consumer. But this particular story was there was a lot of things that pushed me back in real estate, but this particular one was kind of some of the last straw, some of the end of the line sort of deals. This guy had called our real estate office, and he was a border patrol. And he talked to, I handed him off to a guy in our office that worked for me, in our office, one of my agents, and it didn't quite work out between them. So I guess he was looking with some other people in town, and he ended up at a local restaurant with a friend of his and his father. And the restaurant owner knew me and called me to come down there and visit with him about real estate. So I did, and over the next week I showed him a lot of properties. I gave him a whole bunch of real estate discs. It was winter, very, very cold. This one particular night it was about 15 degrees, and I took him to a neighboring town. It was Halloween, and they have a big Halloween shindig. So I took him down there for a few drinks because, you know, I wanted to impress him. I wanted him to have fun, and so we did, and you know, they pretty much were very loyal to me, you know, professed their undying loyalty with real estate, and I was friends with the father. I talked to him about all kinds of stuff, and over that week we had dinner several times. I spent a lot of money and a lot of time, and basically was just jump, and this particular night I got sick. I got strep throat really bad that night, and I was sick. That was towards the end of their visit, so I was sick for like 2-3 weeks after that. So anyway, they went away, and the guy came back about a month later with his wife, and I showed him some properties. At that point, it was 30 below. 30 below. I showed them houses at 30 below, and I jumped, you know, whenever they asked, and I took them out where they were staying. I took them out paperwork when they asked, and this one particular day I was in the back seat. They had their kids in the car, and we pulled up to another Border Patrol guy on duty. And the Border Patrol guy in the car next to us were actually in their Border Patrol, you know, whatever it is, vehicle, told them a realtor in town they should use, and basically was just saying they're the best and this and that. And the guy driving, that was my client, that was a Border Patrol that was just getting hired here, he didn't even say that I was the realtor and in the back or ask him to be quiet or whatever. He just let him, you know, kind of talk about this other realtor, and just basically made me feel like one of the kids in the back. And anyway, a few days later, me and him and his wife went out for dinner, and we were visiting, and I don't remember exactly what we talked about, but I bought him dinner, and I took him to one of the local places, and all of a sudden after that, things changed. One of the places that we went to see that day, it was 30 below. We'd seen several places, but this one particular place we drove by, and I said, there's a for sale by owner up there. You know, we drove partway down the driveway, and I said, I'd be happy to call them and show you that property. Well, he said, no, I didn't think they wanted to be in that particular spot. So over the course of the next week, I showed him some other properties. Well, he'd already got hired on, so it was one day, and I'd heard they were getting like $75 an hour. That seems like a lot of money. I don't know if that's right or not, but he came to look at property with his wife and me, and I think there was somebody else there, but I don't remember. He had on his gun and his full uniform. You know, he was on paid time, and I showed him a couple houses. And then he had to leave because him and some of the other Border Patrol people were helping somebody move out of a local bakery, all on duty. And so I really went to bat for them. I did everything I could for them. And 2 weeks after that, they got a hold of the for sale by owner that I drove by. After months of this, after getting sick, after everything they put me through, after undying loyalties and friendships and dinners and all this stuff they professed, and I really trusted them, they called the for sale by owner, and they ended up buying that property, which would have been to me about $16,000 in commission. And it was really, it kind of really, you know, broke my heart that they did that. And I know you don't want to feel sorry for the realtor, but this, you know, bad things happen to good realtors, and consumers sometimes, you know, they want to find something, and that's great, but in this particular instance, it just really bothered me because they used me so badly and then kicked me to the curb. And it was one of the things that I ended up kind of just being really frustrated at real estate. I get frustrated because I can't protect the real estate consumer, and I get frustrated because the Association of Realtors don't listen, but some real estate consumers actually really frustrate me also. So I just wanted to tell that story, that if you are working with a realtor, you're going to get a lot farther being loyal to them than not, especially if you're moving to an area and it's a small town. I mean, I see them around now, it's been years, and so now there's a tension for years because of what they did to me. Realtors are people in your town that you're going to run across, so if you want to use one and be loyal to them. It kind of goes both ways to have integrity. So if you're going to use a realtor, you kind of need to watch your own back and definitely protect yourself, but at the same time, you need to have integrity too as a real estate consumer. So check out SavvyBroker.com.